This video is intended to give an overview of the work we completed for the Grocery Express project. Our functional modification was to design and implement Angry Birds for our system, and our non-functional modification was to consider the security of the data we are working with in our system. This outline details what will be covered in our video. First, we will discuss our application's RSA features. Then, we will discuss the backend Spring MVC implementation. We will finally close with a demo of our application. For the security portion of the updated assignment requirements, our team decided to implement a scheme that uses RSA encryption to hide all PII information of employees and customers. Fields such as names, tax information, or phone numbers will be stored in an encrypted form, and the delivery service class will maintain the private and public keys for encrypting and decrypting the information. In our program, we store the private and public keys in a tree object, but we understand that in real-world scenarios, the keys would be stored within some sort of secret manager similar to either LastPass or Vault, instead of being stored in a persistent Java object that would in turn be injected into the program via environment variables or other similar tactics. In our implementation, when an employee or new customer is created, the delivery service creates a new set of RSA keys with a key length of 2048 bits. This ensures that each user is encrypted or decrypted using unique keys, and that a key for customer A does not work for pilot B. The keys are then stored within the delivery service, so only that class instantiation can access the keys. Then, the information provided to the delivery service is encrypted, and the user object is constructed with the newly generated keys. This helps us ensure that at no point does a user object have plain text version of its sensitive information. Since user objects have getters and setters within them, if another class tried to get the name of a customer, they would retrieve encrypted values from the user object and would not be able to decrypt the information. In order to fulfill the requirement to display users, the delivery service can get the attributes from each user and look up the required private key within the key store by the user's account number. The delivery service can then decrypt the information and format a return string to display the correct information. One of the major change implementations our team undertook was to make the backend of the application a Spring application that would function as a REST API of sorts. All the operations required can be completed by calling a curl command while the application was running. This would help facilitate the creation of a front-end user interface easily, but also allows this application to be command line based, giving us flexibility to rapidly change what we need. One important feature of this Spring application is that you can use similar commands to that of the original project requirements and receive a JSON response in return. The application would receive a command like the following to create a new store. This would allow us to create a store named Target with an initial revenue of $1,000. A potential response could be, the Spring application has a required structure to implement this functionality. Each API endpoint has to have a method within the delivery service controller class to tell the application to allow that curl command to come through via defined parameters. Each command must also have a class model that defines the output response structure. This allows us to format a JSON object that could be as simple as returning a string response or something a bit more complicated, like returning a full list of stores or the items for sale at the store. For each controller endpoint, we can interact with the classes in the program to make the changes we need, and the return values from those operations get converted into our JSON responses. This Spring application also allows us to eliminate the while loop from the course provided code and turn the application into a listener that is always waiting for a proper response.
Here's our UI after we get everything booted up. We have our tabs for the store, customers, employees, and birds, since that was our project. First thing we can do, we can go here and add a stores if we want to. We can get Kroger. Okay, you can go Publix if you wanted to. If you try to enter it again, it'll throw you an error saying you can't, it already exists. Next we want to do is add some customers. So you get the credit for the customers. And of course you can't do duplicates, so you go with. Of course we can add most customers, and we'll have a list down here that you can choose from. And also if we wanted to, well, we'll go to next screens, come back to that one. And we go to the employees. We do. You know, create our employees down here, a list of employees you can view, and we can't duplicate the employees. Also, if we wanted to like add birds to different stores, we can do that as well. Ability to add a single bird to a store, or we can add multiple birds. So meaning bird one, you can select which store you want to add it to, and what hit percentage you want to do it for as well. You can also add it to the customer as well. This is a different list, we can use it. So. And if we were to go back here to employees and select on the to customers, you can look down here and you'll see what option to birds are assigned to them. So you can adjust your hit percentage if you want to, or send them to a new customer. So like if you want to send it to a different customer, you can do that, and change the hit percentage on it if you want to as well. Then you see the customer will now have the bird assigned to them. So when we go back to stores, if once you click on one of the stores, you get the option to edit anything on the store, or we also have the Angry Birds down here as well with the same options as we do for the employees, for the customers. Everything we do here, we can just go ahead and add the items. Any items there. Yeah. And give you a list of the items on the store as well, so you can keep track of what's going on with those. Another option here, we can add drones to the stores. Drop down here, you can add a drone with the IDs, max weight, and flights left. And you get a list down here the drones that we have and the different stats for it. Also, we have the option if you select the drones, you can select the employee. I'll set the employee as the pilot for the drone. We can go down here and create a new order. You can choose which customer you want for its drone and the distance. And we sit here, and then we create the order. And we can select which drone we want to do here. I'm going to do like I said, you can select the item you want to add, how much you want to add, and how much each price for each item. Select down here, you can see the items that's being added to the drones. So you can add different items to the list. And you can see we have the 2 items to the list. We got our weight in total. And over here you can see the total cost and the weight for the order. If you look up to the drone, you'll see it has a remaining balance as well. And if you select on customers, you actually see that the credit's being used as well over here in this case. So we're gonna go back over here, look at our order, and we're gonna try to complete our order, and we completed the order. So you see the fuel's been used on the drone, and you'll see the revenue's been added to the store. And if you look over at the customer, you can see credit's been moved out of the store. And if you look at the employee, they have more experience, another flight under the belt. So let's do this case one more time here. We will demo. I'll try to get a bird attack demo. So you update here, it will show you over here what it's updated to. So we'll update the order IDs. Add a new order. We'll go here. I'll do the distance of 15. We can create the order. We can do add item. Then we can complete the order. And you'll see that actually a bird actually hit the drone and the order was not completed. And if you go up here, you actually see that the drone was damaged during the flight. And of course, the drone will be being completed. So next time you click to complete the order, like you see, you got hit again. But also, you notice if you look at the store revenue, you'll see that there's a decrement of $5 from the store to repair the drone. So what we can do to get them by is we can lower this down here again, and then we can complete the order. And you'll see as fuel decreased as well for the flight. See the drone is no longer damaged, and you see the revenue is added back to the store for completing the order. So try to let me get down to the order. Time. Get down the fuel cost of the drone. Whoop. Well, you see there, we actually went through and the fuel was increased to complete the order. You can see that there's actually a decrement to the store revenue to actually complete this order as well. And also, if you just want to cancel the order, you can cancel it out and nothing will change. You look over here, makes the credit's still been used, and you can see the experience has gone up as well. Like I said, if you want to add multiple birds to a store, you can do that as well. So you see that Kroger only has one, so we can go to here. Go to Kroger, bird count, we get 3. So you can see where we updated the storage to 3 birds for Kroger. So if you want to like add more birds just to test with, you can do that as well.